Hey guys, it's the TMI Queen. So why am I not using my tripod right now? Why am I holding this with my hand? I will tell you. So my dear grandchildren, curious things that they are, feel the need to take things apart all the time and put things together. And even though I told them multiple times not to mess with my stuff and not to go in my room, the second my back was turned, when I was busy doing something, they went in my room, and the first thing they went for was my brand new tripod. Took it apart, lost one of the major pieces, and stripped the bolt on the other one. So basically rendered it useless. On the tail end of them destroying my flat screen TV a couple weeks ago, I said, you're gonna need to go home. And as much as I hate doing that, I need to make an impact, because clearly when I tell them they broke something, they're kind of like, oh, sorry. And then that's the end of it. And then it's like, okay, now what are we going to do? And it's like, So I was trying to make a point that maybe you need to think about those things, because grandma can't afford to replace all this stuff. I took them home and said, maybe think about next weekend, instead of coming over, think about what you did and think about how you're not going to do it again. So I hate being that grandma, because that is not the grandma I aspire to be, but at the same time, can't have children running roughshod all over either. So, but they're very curious children. I understand. And they're a little careless. So hopefully that will have made an impact and we won't have to deal with this again anytime soon. But you know how that goes. So anyhow, I had to order a new tripod, and that's supposed to be coming today. I'll have to go check my Amazon packages. So anyhow, I didn't end up filming it all because it was just a weird, bad day. I had PMS. I was in a bad mood from everything going on with the kids, and I was in a bad mood because of, just having PMS. So I was just like, this day is a bust. I can't anymore. So I didn't end up doing anything the whole rest of the day. I did my housework, and that was it. And then Monday, I thought, okay, for sure Monday, I'm gonna film. And Monday came, and I was all ready to do it, and I was like, oh, I got to make this new recipe before I do anything, and maybe I'll record while I'm doing the recipe, while it's cooking. When I say this recipe was labor intensive, we're talking an hour of prep work and then an hour of standing at the stove cooking. And if you know anything about me, I don't like anything labor intensive. It is not my bag. I finished it, and it was well worth the time I spent on it, but I probably will never do it again unless I can figure out a quicker way to do it, because I have better things to do with my Monday night than to spend my whole night in front of the stove. So I didn't end up filming anything on Monday either. And then Tuesday, it rained, and I was just tired. And so I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do anything else today. I started to get a migraine, and I really did not feel good. So I laid down, and I was like, enough's enough. I just gotta lay down, and maybe I'll feel better tomorrow. So today is Wednesday, doing a midweek check-in. I do feel better, I do. Finally, this migraine is starting to subside. It's only been like 25 days now. But I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better. So I guess that's good. I just realized I have a really messy floor. I haven't cleaned my living room, by the way, so sorry about that. And I'm not going to go clean it up now. It's not on my list yet. Speaking of lists, I started a new weekly checklist. And on this checklist, it lists my 4 factors so I can track every day how I did. And then I also have all my daily chores listed on there, cleaning a little something in each room. And as long as I do it, I can mark yes. It's really, really helped me stay on track, because I get easily distracted, obviously, having ADD. So it really helps keep me on task. And if I forgot anything, which I often do, I make sure that that's not going to happen. So I was pretty excited about how well I've stuck to that checklist, and I got a lot more done than I ever anticipated. So anyhow, we're going to get going here on the self-reflection that I like to do, but it's going to be under a midweek check-in. So anyhow, good things that happened to me last week. Getting my old job back. Didn't start till Monday, but hey, just knowing that it was coming, I was absolutely thrilled. Just it helped me get through the last 2 days of the week where I work my physically demanding job, because I was like, I'm not gonna have to do this again, hopefully ever. So it made it a lot easier to get through the day. And then the bad thing that happened last week was raging PMS and the migraine that wouldn't die. And luckily, a lot of that's starting to subside. I'm supposed to start my period today, so we'll see, but I feel like it probably will happen. But my migraine is finally going away. My body pain's starting to go away. Starting to get the feeling back in one of my toes. It's been a pretty good day in spite of all of that. So anyhow, we're going to go over the 4 factors, rating it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. And the 4 factors are sleep, water, exercise, and food. Now, sleep, I would probably rate about a 6 or 7 this week, because not only did I have trouble falling asleep, but I was waking up early. And that's super irritating when you're trying to get a good night's sleep and you just wake up way sooner than you ever wanted to. And I couldn't fall back asleep afterwards. So that was a little irritating, and it did that like the whole week. And I think a lot of it was because of the excitement and the anticipation of having to change my sleep schedule, that it just made me like wired. I don't know. But my body's weird. My water intake, I would probably give about an 8 or a 9, because I kept on it pretty well. There was like one day when I was hurting so bad from my migraine that getting up and getting water was even too much for me, so I didn't drink as much as I wanted to that particular day, but for the most part, pretty much stuck to my water plan. My exercise, I would probably give like a 7 or an 8, because not only did I work my physically demanding job 2 days, but I also raked for 2 days. And raking is really good exercise. My whole upper body hurt from it. It was really good exercise, and if the weather had cooperated, I would have done even more, but unfortunately the weather just did not want to cooperate at all, so it was what it was. And I did have good weather, I felt like crap, so. And then food, I would probably give like a 6 or a 7, because I stuck with my meal plan, but I definitely was snacking a lot, and that could have been attributed to the PMS, because I was craving so many foods that I normally don't care about. So I feel like it probably had a lot to do with that. So, and also when I get a migraine, I get like weird cravings too for some reason. Go figure. What am I gonna do the same over this week? Definitely gonna stick to the water plan the same, keep the food plan going the same. And what am I going to do different? I'm going to build off the exercise that I've been doing. I've got a lot of raking to do, so that's going to take me a minute. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that. So that should be my exercise for the week. Because yeah, like I said, I've got a ton to do. It'll probably keep me busy at least for a couple weeks, if not longer, weather permitting. And then my number is 201, which I didn't have high expectations for what my number was going to be on Sunday, just based on how I was feeling all week. I really didn't have high hopes. And with all the snacking I was doing, I never expected a major loss. But I really, technically, it was like, I think it was 203 last week. I don't consider that a gain or a loss at this point. I mean, it technically was a loss, but last Sunday was a definite water gain. So I'm normally 201, so I feel like that probably was like a break even kind of thing. And I'll be interested to see once, my PMS is over and I'm not so bloated and retaining water like crazy, and I'm on a more even schedule. I'm curious to see what my number will be like on Sunday this next week, because it'll be interesting, because I'm no longer doing my physically demanding job. However, my eating will be more in line. So it'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll see. Anyhow, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week and you have a wonderful weigh-in. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.